Okay, we are looking at my custom built steam machine, which is in reality a hodgepodge of ghetto-ness. So it was an all-in-one PC that the GSA warehouse mistakenly sold for $25 thinking it was a monitor. Yay me. Problem is that they took the hard drive out and wiped the CPU like the government would. So there was no operating system, just a very large damaged. It's very damaged here with scratches and whatnot. So I applied my very Hispanic skills for spray painting and put a nice rim around it. Problem is that this does not match at all. So I wanted to originally put another operating system on and sell it, but I decided to see what the Steam OS was all about. So it took me a minute to realize that a ISO disk would probably work because it lacked a GNU kernel to boot from. So using a trusty HP computer and a iMac for second generation keyboard and a wireless mouse went to make it happen. So it's loading. So I got the client beta. So every time I do this, it updates. I guess I'm trying to be on the super secret club list. There it goes. So it'll do one of these nice little system updates. Hopefully the video gives it some justice. 49.50. 1, 2, skip a few. 99, 100. Hurry the fuck up. Again, this is a used government computer. It's about 8 gigabyte RAM, and I threw a $30 terabyte in there I got from Microcenter. So all in all, I think I've spent for spray paint and for a hard drive maybe $35 on this thing. Well, including the cost of the thing, it was about 50. So about $50 and some change on this. So it's only doing this because I did the client update. Whoa. So that's the Steam OS when it comes up. And I have this flickery scene thing that comes on, but yep, there it goes. I think it's the computer or the OS. I'm not really too sure. But the thing about this is, well, where do we get this from? And my thing was, well, what computer system runs this? It turns out that not only is a console, but it goes to desktop mode too eventually. So, bam, and it's ran by Debian 8. So the underlying system for this console is actually Debian 8, Unix Linux, and it has all the bells and whistles that you could do for an actual desktop. Hey, gee willikers, look at all that. Isn't that awesome? So that's the actual desktop portion of it. And you have the Wi-Fi and all that good nonsense, the times. It's very minimal. It's not really meant for much bells and whistles. I'm pretty sure you could add a lot to it. But you can return to Steam and go right in there. And you have your library. And you could just navigate it as such. Even with your high-speed controller, which I can't find it. Oh, there it goes. Now, they're really big on their Steam controller, because their Steam controller is supposed to be able to do everything that a keyboard can do as well. So you could play Civilization with just the controller, and all these other groovy games with just a controller. Focus. There we go. So it's not a bad experience. It's interesting, to say the least. what I'm finding out is that a lot of these require the operating system that underlies it for the actual Steam box to either be a Windows 8, a Windows 10, or a Macintosh one, so it can load directly still, even though it is the Steam OS. Um, the ones that are highlighted as universal games, I think this is one of them. But require, yeah, this one could be used on this as well, Dota 2, but it gives you warnings again, like you're gonna need a keyboard for this unless you get the Steam controller. So not a bad experience all in all. I mean, there's some games that play better than others. Again, the flashing, I don't really get where that's coming from, but it's good to know that Goat Simulator runs fairly well on this system. So, you wouldn't believe it, but there is actually a massive scratch on the front of this screen. And it's not too bad. So, if you have a old computer that's lying around, or one that you kind of acquire and you're on the fence, you could easily put a version of Windows 7 on here, and then have it upgrade to Windows 10 or Windows 8, and just run it, just for the sole purpose of making a console, because there's Fallout 4 and other things that are available on this system. So for those of you who have never played Goat Simulator, you can tell there's an older system that I got, but still, hey, older's better than nothing. Um, just try it out. It's a good cheap way to go from there. So I personally love the role-playing game Ghost Simulator. It's one of my go-tos. So I don't know if I'm gonna do I don't like the Outbreak one. It's not one of my favorite ones. I tend to get stuck in that first level. So, anyways, so that is the Steam box in a box. It goes right back here, and this flickering screen thing, I hope it goes away. It's not the actual system. It is the OS. It loads for free from the website, and just put it on a nice CD and reboot it, and you can go from there. So this is my shitty video about Steam box.